One of the ways that companies find the best vendor is by using an RFP process. And if we discuss how the translation RFP process works, perhaps we can give you a few pointers that'll help the process move a lot more smoothly for you. And I know this is going to sound silly, but ask good questions. And in fact, we can put a link up to show you. We provide a sample RFP that has a list of some questions to ask. But think of what you want out of the provider and ask the questions that will flush that out. All too often we'll see questions that are maybe meant for a manufacturer or for an engineering firm. In other words, it's sort of generic. It's a generic template that's used, and you're really not getting the best information out of that translation vendor. So review those questions and make sure they're applicable. You'll also want to think about setting up a sample translation. There's really no better way to understand how a company works than to see how will they estimate a project, how will they complete a project, how do they deliver it, how do they invoice. These are all things that you'll have to live with, and by issuing a sample translation and asking the vendor to provide an estimate and basically run you through the course of a regular project is a really good test scenario. You'll also want to look at their pricing across different file types. So let's say your company does software, it does some website content, maybe some Microsoft Word documents, some InDesign documents. Build yourself up a little basket or sample set of projects and ask for an estimate. So then that way you're also comparing apples to apples. Because all too often, folks that are writing translation RFPs will just look for unit prices, and that can be very, very deceiving. There's a lot of extra fees that can go around translation. So all too often people say, well, what's your per word price? Well, the first vendor might be at one spot, the next vendor at a much lower spot. But then what they don't tell you is that they have project management fees. I've even heard of crazy things like XML engineering, HTML engineering. There's all sorts of extra fees that really shouldn't be there. So you'll want to make sure that you get the full picture of pricing. You'll also want to ask a little bit about reporting. Does the vendor have the ability to give you a report that tells you who handled the translation? You may need that for your regulatory requirements. So make sure that if you have any regulatory requirements, that those are included in the scope of the RFP. And you could also ask for weekly reports. We have some clients that do so many projects that they really need to get a report every Monday showing what's open, what's been closed. Can they generate those reports? Make that part of the questioning in the RFP. And last but not least, take that sample translation and have it reviewed by a subject matter expert, and see if it lines up with what you want your brand voice to be in translation. Thank you so much, and good luck with your project.